Hi everyone and welcome back to the GCSE Maths series. Today we're going to be looking at exam style questions for our equation of the line topic. So before I get started, I'd strongly advise you to watch my revision video on this topic just to help you understand before we attempt any questions. Also, shout out to Maths Genie because I am using their exam style question booklet. So please make sure to go check them out. So getting started into question 1, it tells us that the line y equals 3x plus 5 crosses the y-axis at point P. What is the value of y at point P? So if you remember from the revision video, I told you that y equals mx plus c is the general form for our equation of the line. M is our gradient and c is our y-intercept. And the definition of y-intercept is when the value of x is 0, what is the y? So where does the line intercept the y-axis is what we know. But also you can know as a definition, as I just mentioned, when x is 0, what is y? That is the same thing as at what point, at what value of y does the line intercept the y-axis? And in this case, it's going to be our c, it's going to be a positive 5. So write down the equation of another line which is parallel to y equals 3x plus 5. If you think back to my revision video, I told you any line with the gradient function y equals 3x is going to be parallel to y equals 3x plus 5. So any lines with the same gradient, and in this case it's 3x, any line with that gradient will be parallel. So we can choose any number, and I'm just going to choose 1. 3x plus 1. So our c can be anything. It could be from 150, 200, minus 10, whatever you choose. It could even be 0. It could just be y equals 3x. Those lines are going to be parallel. Okay, moving on. It tells us a straight line has equation y equals 5 minus 3x. Write down the gradient of the line. So they've rejigged our formula, our traditional formula, which is y equals mx plus c. And they do this to just throw you off in exam style situations. So we can simply reshuffle our formula back to this form and say y is equal. We see that the gradient is actually negative 3. So negative 3x plus 5. And this is our equation of the line. Hence, our gradient is minus 3. Write down the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. This is going to be our y-intercept. We know that our x-coordinate is going to be 0 at the y-axis, and then our y-intercept is going to be 0 and 5. Yeah, 5. A straight line has the equation y equals 3x minus 2. Write down the gradient of the line. Very simple question. The gradient is simply 3. Write down the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Again, the x-coordinate is going to be 0 and our y-coordinate is going to be minus 2. As you can see from here, that is our c value. Okay. Find the equation of the line that passes through points A and B. So, this is very, very simple. It's just they're trying to trick you. So, our two coordinates, if we look, point A is 0, 3, and point B is 2, 7. Okay, labeling this as x1, y1, x2, y2. Using our formula for gradient, we have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So to work out our gradient in this situation, we do 7 minus 3 over 2 minus 0. So in this case, it's going to be 4 over 2, and the gradient is hence 2. Writing the general formula now, we have y equals 2x plus c. We have our known coordinate to be 0, 3. You can also use 2, 7, but when one coordinate is 0, it's very simple to use that coordinate. So I'd always advise you, if there's a coordinate pair with a 0 term, always use that when substituting back into your general formula. So in this case, we have 0 as x, so y is equal, c is equal to 3. Because this x term will cancel out, our y is 3. Hence, the formula or the equation of the line is y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, looking at our final question today, we are told the diagram shows 4 straight lines labeled P, Q, R, and S. The equations of the straight lines are y equals 2x, y equals 3 minus 2x, y equals 2x plus 3, and y equals 3. Match each straight line to its equation. So we went over the fundamentals and how to spot the gradients in my previous video. We went over positive gradient, negative gradient, and zero gradient. So I can first of all see that Q is going to be our zero gradient. So we look at each equation, which one does not include a gradient? And that is obviously going to be this one. There is no x term, there is no m term. So Q is our answer for D. Then I noticed that P is the only one going in the opposite direction. It's going in the negative direction for a gradient. Looking at them, we see that -2 is the only negative gradient which falls into B. Hence, I know that line P is B. Okay, now I can see that line R intercepts somewhere which isn't at 0. So when A has an intercept of 0 because there is no C term, it's just y equals 2x, I know that A is going to be S because it intercepts at 0, 0, meaning C would be 0 and therefore wouldn't show up in the formula or the equation of the line, which is exactly what A is. And by elimination, y equals 2x plus 3. So C is going to be our R. And as you can see, it intercepts at y equals 3, which is what D is. So they have an intersection point at 0, 3. Okay, that's going to conclude today's video on exam style questions of equation of the line. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have consolidated your knowledge of the topic. As always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.